Yay! I like to start my episodes with me just celebrating quietly. Yay! Welcome to Sarah's Table. I'm Sarah Moore. I'm going to be I was going to say game master, but I think today I am the government.
Government. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm a kind, gentle government. It's true. I don't know why they're laughing. It's wonderful. Today we are going to be playing Rebel Scum, which is a 9th level game using the polymorph system. And it is set in space. It is a space opera, if you will. We are going to be punching Nazis in the face as hard as we can. And I guess I should say that we are, this is legally distinct from Star Wars. It is definitely not Star Wars.
War Stars that you speak of.
That's that TV show, right? With the robot guy and the guy with the all of that. Is that Star Wars?
Yeah. That seems
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
On the Enterprise.
And there's like lasers because of the war.
Right, of the war. Right. Yeah. Of the one. It's a singular war here. It's not multiple.
This is Star
wars.
War.
Right, just one. Just one. So we're going to take a moment. We're going to go around the table. I'm going to have all of my players introduce themselves and tell you who they are playing, and then we're going to do some other stuff. You've seen the show. This is what happens.
This is new for you.
Mm-hmm. Who are you, Chris?
Hi, everybody. I am Chris O'Neill from Enough Games, and I will be playing Ryder Vance. He is a lowdown, good scoundrel.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And he is dressed much flashier than I am, which I can't normally say about my characters.
That's true. Is Chris a robot for anybody else, or just me?
Yes, I was wondering.
Robot Chris.
You're an 8-bit robot.
Cool. Yeah. Which is funny because Chris not playing a robot today.
Chris is not playing a robot.
Although
we're going to change his character.
This is a game where you could play the robot. So.
Yeah.
Xavier, tell us about you.
Hi, I'm Xavier Jackson. I'm a huge nerd and math teacher, and I will be playing the Ronin Gozen Aizu. Their pronouns are they. Oh, and mine are he, they. And I am an Amurai with a sword.
And
a laser blade, if you will.
Oh,
a laser blade. Yes, a laser sword of some sort. I'm Robert. I'm Robert Hartley of Robert Hartley GM. I am a professional dungeon master by trade, and today I will be playing the Renegade, and an ex-kill trooper called Patience. And Patience, you don't know what pronouns they use because they don't ever take off their helmet or costumes or show their face. You don't know what they identify as or present as. Robert presents and identifies as he, him, or they, them. That's fine for either one for me. Patience was a patriotic kill trooper that worked for the government, but decided to renege on that when they saw what they were doing, and is a solo assassin person that ended up with these guys. And we'll see how that plays out.
Wow, that's like the renegade.
I'm sure their skills as an assassin will never come into play at all.
Probably not.
It absolutely did not come into play.
Super, you guys are very peaceful.
They have all of the morals.
Mm-hmm. Every single one. Found them all.
So many pieces. That we found all the morals and we stole them.
And took them, and you put them in your
pocket. Took them all.
We're going to do our safety discussion really quick because I think that's important, especially as a responsible gamer and GM, and it's good to know where everybody's lines are at the table. If you have watched the show before, you know that here on Sarah's Table, you will never find violence against children, sexual violence, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. I I don't know that there's anything else that's sort of off limits, although I personally don't run a lot of very gritty games, and so I don't know that we're going to be venturing into anything that would hit lines. But if we do, any of my players can always throw up an X to let me know that there's something they are uncomfortable with, or if they don't want to say it out loud or signal it, they can send it to me in the chat of this call so that I know that we can just sort of shift about. I also like to say this out loud for everybody who's watching so they know what they are getting into. Last episode, I don't know why, but there was a lot of drugs involved.
You rolled them on a chart, and then you just
anded
them. We anded them into the future.
Just just took them with you, which was an interesting choice.
I didn't want them to be found.
I understand. Well, and I guess
we literally walked them into the cafeteria.
Just walked them through.
Kill troopers.
Yeah. But if you are watching, this is a generally family-friendly show.
So I shouldn't have coup de grace that guy while he was sleeping. And
I definitely was out of frame, I feel. So who knows? Maybe you sparked an interesting discussion with people's families. I don't know. But yeah, so if you're watching, this is one that is generally an okay one to hang with your children. We don't go into graphic detail about any violence that we do. And we will never, there's no sexual encounters. Should we reach something of that nature, I don't know what these boys are going to do. But if we do reach something of that, we will fade to black. There's going to be no description. This is not Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Sorry, everyone. I don't know. Maybe next time. We'll see. So I am going to take a moment now. I would love for my players to tell me a recap of what happened in the first episode.
So our ship, the Last Hope, was we were traveling and we were on our way to run illicit supplies, and we got taken over by the government.
No, they tried to shoot a tractor beam at us.
Yeah, so the illicit supplies
before that.
Yeah, the illicit supplies we had
were you're right.
Exotic animals, drugs, and a butt ton of weapons. And then during the sort of firefight with the government, we had to eject the illicit weapons, the weapons, but managed to hide on, keep hold of the drugs and exotic animals.
Which I'd forgotten about the exotic animals, which is good because
they're well
Ryder Vance has forgotten about the exotic animals that are currently on board the Last Hope. That Gozen Aizu had fed them well before they left the ship.
Yeah, there was a very distinct note that you had fed them well.
Yes. So then we got hailed by the government, who said, "What, you're deep into space, into Imperial space. You shouldn't be here." And then I tried to blag my way out of it as an ex-kill trooper. We managed to. We got caught in a tractor beam. We did some loop-de-loops to get out of the tractor beam, but ultimately ended up getting hailed to, "All right, we won't pull you in by tractor beam, but you can land in on your own volition." And so we landed in the wrong port first. We landed in port A, which was the super expensive one for the Emperor and whatnot, or the Caesar, or whoever runs this that is legally not the Emperor.
Right.
Iron. His name is Iron Killstar.
Iron Killstar. So this is the sort of hangar that they reserve for Iron Killstar or people of that caliber. We beep back out.
Right up.
Flew into into port F, which is way down the chain, and I managed to persuade people, "Hey, don't come and check out our ship yet because we've got a radiation leak." Bought us a little bit of time while Gozen went off to hide the illicit goods and animals.
I hit the animals, I fed them, and I took all of the drugs, and I hit them on my person because what if they search the ship?
And later, you took all the drugs. You started out, you took all the drugs, and then later, you took all the drugs.
That was an accident.
That was an accident. Taking the drugs was on purpose.
That was my plan.
Taking the drugs was on accident.
Not my plan.
By my forgetting that he had a square of cocaine on his back. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So we I believe Lance called for a repair crew to come and fix our landing gear, so that we're not landing on an angle anymore. While I went and logged into the system, and by doing so, alerted the fact that the renegade assassin that left the government long ago had now relogged back in. And I was like, "Oops! Well, at least I've found where the armory is, and also where a conference room for the bigwigs is. Maybe we should go and steal some weapons and kill some big higher ups before leaving, just so it's a successful mission." And so we set off through the corridors doing that. Lance stealing a maintenance golf cart, and me pushing Gozen along like he's a prisoner. Oh, by now I'm covered in red paint for reasons. Yep. We walk into a cafeteria full of kill troopers and officers, and so I keep up the charade of like pushing Gozen ahead, and then the government asks me a rather strange and specific question. Where are you pushing him? Where am I? In his back, I suppose. The eyes light up. You're pushing him in the back, the specific place where I said he'd strapped a kilo of space cocaine.
That's where I hid my gun, right on my back.
Explosion of drugs over everybody. Gozen and Patience completely off their rocker. As Lance chucks us on the back of a maintenance vehicle and drives us out of there. We duck to the side, shoot out some CCTV cameras, and end up in the sleeping quarters of an officer of this particular government.
Previous sleeping quarters of an officer.
Yeah, a space Nazi officer. He was sleeping, so Lance stunned him with his stun gun.
That's nice
and
of
then
him.
It's Vance.
Vance.
I thought Lance was someone that I had forgotten for a while, and I was like, I don't remember Lance, and then I realized you mean me.
Lance is the drugs.
Lance is one of the illicit animals.
Lance, I was going to say Lance is a weasel that I kept with me from the illicit space weasel. We spent the night on the spaceship where they're currently looking for us.
Yep.
And in the morning, when the drugs had worn off, I said, "Isn't this an officer?" And you said yes. So I put him out of his officer misery, and you guys got dressed up in space Nazi gear.
Yep.
So that we can blend in a little.
The same uniform.
You hid the remainder of the drugs in that officer's
in
wardrobe,
the bottom of the closet, folded nicely
with your Amorai robes. And then we tried making our way towards the armory to weapon up. And on the way there, we got onto an elevator. And then on the next floor down, right before the elevator closed, on steps, another one of my my ex-comrades, another kill trooper assassin. And the doors close with them facing us.
Standing the wrong way in an elevator.
Yeah.
It's very awkward.
Yeah.
So we all turn around to face the same way as well.
I have to tell you that this is the first time that we've ever had this level of notes.
Yeah, if you notice that I kind of just let Robert go because I was like, all right, I got nothing to add here. This is
excellent.
You can tell Robert's a GM.
That was all from mine as well. I didn't take any notes. Just enjoyed the story so much.
Notes are for suckers. All right, so friends, you are standing in an elevator. You are looking at probably what Patience looked like a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very clean, like, not a scratch on the helmet, not a spot of dirt anywhere on them, like freshly crisped. And they're back to you, or they're back to the corner, sort of tucked inside so that you cannot get behind them. And they, as the doors close, put their hand on their blaster.
I mirror them. I think I had yesterday I had my blaster out because I was pushing a prisoner through the corridors, but now I was trying to keep up the. Oh no, because there was alarms blaring, weren't there? As we were going towards the elevator, there were alarms blaring, so I did have my blaster out as like, oh, there's a situation. So I've just got my blaster held like that in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the other two of you?
I have my laser blade on me, but it's in its sheath. It's on my hip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I leave it.
Okay. Vance.
Can you not see your sword?
Oh, I guess it should be. I guess I should have it like tucked into my pants, so that it's sort of like hard to see.
Down the
like
front.
in back, in front. Like what's your?
Definitely.
And remember, you are dressed as an officer.
Right, I'm dressed as an officer.
I'm currently holding the officer's jacket over my shoulder.
Right, and I'm like wearing it. So it is like in like the
breast
jacket
pocket?
in the jacket pocket. That's where it is.
Okay, that's going to be super easy to draw.
Because I'm already playing someone casual, I'm just going to try to lean casually against the wall.
Against the wall. You lean on all the buttons.
That actually checked. Oh, sorry about that.
So you are now stopping on every floor.
Yeah.
On your way.
We're only going down like 3 floors though. Should be fine.
Should be fine. After you push all the buttons, the assassin draws his weapon.
Like in a menacing way?
I don't know how you would draw your weapon in an unmenacing way.
I sort of just shift my stance a little, getting ready to kind of like jump to the side if they level at me at the same time. But I'm gonna like, so I'm getting into a ready stance essentially, while still trying to remain casual looking, covered in what appears to be blood.
I'm going to adjust my jacket slowly and then hold my hands in front of me.
Great. He starts moving and hits the emergency stop.
I throw my jacket on him.
throw your jacket
over
on
his
him?
head.
Nice. As
soon as that goes, I go to swing my blade through his arm to take out so that he's no longer armed.
Literally armed.
Yeah.
I need to literally disarm
like to
him.
disarm him. Okay. Everybody who is attacking, please give me the appropriate attack roll, whether that is blades or I think it's all or blaster, whichever one you have.
Yes.
I'm a sword fighter, so I should get advantage on this. That means I roll twice.
Yes.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Ooh,
nice.
Super duper success.
Right.
As an assassin and or trooper, do I get advantage on the blaster thing, or is that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a 5 and a 1.
Oh, another super duper success. This guy's like a puddle.
His head is exploded by me as the jacket hits.
He's in a couple pieces.
His arm is chopped off.
He pulls his gun. He pulls it out. I throw my jacket. Immediately he gets shot and his arm gets chopped off, and then he like falls to the ground.
Yeah.
And I casually unpull the emergency stop.
All right,
I look up to the ceiling of the elevator, like to see if it's a movie, like a movie situation where there's like boards that I can push aside.
Yeah. So wait. So is it you started the elevator again?
Yes.
I believe Chris did. Yeah.
Okay. So you were like almost at the next floor when he stopped it. And so the door now opens, like immediately, as soon as you you start it again. The door opens, and there are, I'm gonna say, too many kill troopers.
I just very casually just reach out and press door close.
Is this
First of all, though, right? For everyone who attacked, if you do not have a star, you may take the star because you
we did punch his face.
Punch the Nazi. But give me, well, I don't know what you have, boots, or it's probably a boots roll. Because this is a physical action of trying to get that door closed.
Yeah, it would be a move, I believe.
Move.
That is a 6. And move is 3, 4, 5.
You can't seem to get the door closed. Hitting that door close button, and it's not. You like the camera pans as you're trying to close it. The camera pans over, and there's just one of the kill troopers just holding the call button.
I was gonna say, is, like, he died, and some of him was up against the door. So as soon as the door opened, his arm fell through the door.
Yeah, his arm fell out. Bing, just keeps. So
I'm still pointing my gun as well as I'm pressing the button.
There was a moment, and as soon as you tried to close the door, they all just leveled their weapons at you, and the door is not responding to you.
We caught him! The assassin! We caught him that snuck on board.
Yes, indeed. The renegade trooper who we know checked in and had returned and checked in, we caught and killed him.
I refer to him by my call number. Renegade Trooper 69420B, which I think was what I said.
Yes. That is a guess. That is what you. Because he was.
Are you sure that they weren't your drugs? 69420B.
Listen, he was 12 when he named himself.
Hey, it's the government that named me.
My name is XXX_Nemesis_Devil_666_XXX.
That's right. The underscores are important. If you are trying to BS all of the kill troopers out there, please give me. I'm gonna need a roll. Brains, probably. Brains, books, whatever it is.
Intel.
Intel. I almost said that, and then I was like, that can't be right.
Yeah.
I am a general, and I am in officer's uniform giving orders. I think I should roll with advantage.
All right.
I've literally not said anything. I just waved at everybody when the door opened.
All right. I rolled a 5 and a 5, so both of those fail.
Okay, excellent.
I just got a 4, which is a fail.
I
think we're gonna die, everybody. This is meant to be a three-part series.
I thought there was going to be a third, but it turns out no.
The star isn't for like a reroll or anything, is it? It's something about bringing justice.
No, but
yours can bring justice.
Yeah, you can use yours to bring justice. Strangely, I can use mine to free someone.
One.
Okay. So mine can be used to bring peace to a situation. So I think, very soon it'll be exactly what we need.
Very soon. As we've just murdered somebody in front of them.
Dead bodies on the ground. We're in the elevator. These two fail beautifully. Like, it's just very apparent. It's very apparent that they're so. Ryder just raises his hands up and he's like, "I'm wanted in at least 10 different moons and other planetary systems."
Shut up! We got this. I think they're buying it.
They flow in, surround you, and take you all prisoner. Your hands are now all restrained.
Mhm.
Let's see. They don't find any weapons on you, Ryder.
Great.
They definitely find Gozen's laser blade. 100%.
Okay.
That he was
and
probably still wielding because the moment before the doors opened, he was
Oh, yeah,
cut
he
off
probably
somebody's
still had
arm.
it, yeah.
So he's standing there as a general with a laser blade on, being like,
we
found the assassins.
We're on your side.
I am a Republican officer. This is not a sword. This is a sword of the assassin. The assassin has taken it. I removed it from his corpse.
I tried.
Patients, they confiscate your weapon.
Do they find my
the one that you're pointing at them? Yes. Take it. And you're all in restraining bolt. How in this universe? What are they called?
Oh.
Handcuffs?
Well, I wasn't sure if it was any kind of like. Are they like electronic? Like
I don't know. Maybe they could be. What do you think?
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if I had control over that.
Maybe they
They're
just call them
then
like bracelets.
I mean, the Rebel Scum rulebook is only 74 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
4 of those pages are safety rules.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, so they put you in, they're kind of fancy, high-tech, like newfangled, their energy cuffs.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So hands restrained. And they are taking you up.
Isn't that where? Wait, no, we were going down.
We were going down
down
to
to
get
the
to the armory.
To the armory first.
But
Up was where we were headed
Once we nabbed a bunch of guns.
once we'd gotten enough guns. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead, you now have less guns than you did at the start.
Yeah.
And
That
you are going
happen
up.
to us.
I'm an assassin.
Turns
I
out
am a gun.
we are very bad at transporting weapons.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
This, like every time you get them, just straight out into space immediately.
Give us a different job. Please don't ask us to smuggle drugs and or weapons.
Stick to animals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're doing great with moving the animals. I'm sure they're
As far as we know,
they are well fed.
They were
And getting
well
more-
fed.
And getting more well fed every moment that we don't get back there.
Yeah, we were gone for a long time. It's a good thing I fed them.
Yeah,
A bunch of starving exotic animals on board our ship.
it's probably fine.
How many
So-
transporting us up in the elevator?
They currently think that you are a bit of a threat, so there are 4 per one of
Per. Oh, it's a crowded elevator.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Are our hands in front of us or behind us?
you behind.
Behind us.
Cool. Cool.
All right.
All right. We go peacefully and
Yeah,
assimilate
Yeah.
into
Yeah. I've
the
been
Republic.
captured.
There's little I can do.
My hands are
When you said 4, I was like, we could maybe take 4.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the wipe.
Yep.
You know, because this is definitely there'll be a wipe, and this will go to a different place.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you all the opportunity. Should you want to do something
There's nothing I can do.
drastic?
Nope.
in the elevator.
I'm feeling nicely defeated here. I'm excited to. I'm excited to like try again in the next scene.
Cool. I feel like that needs to be a sticker.
Uh,
I'm feeling nicely defeated here.
yep. I feel feeling nicely defeated here. It's pretty good.
We're actually working on the Sarah's Table shop where you can buy stickers. So we're
Nice.
put that in there.
Yes.
Nicely defeated.
here. Okay, so we will do that lovely wipe. Just whoop. And so now the 3 of you have been tossed into a cell together.
Still bound, or did they set the bindings off when we got into the cell?
As soon as the energy field comes up, your restraints deactivate, but the cuffs are like still on, so that they can theoretically.
Ooh, clever. Yeah.
This is automation. This is good quality prison process. You guys don't see this everywhere in the government. I've been thrown into a lot of really dank holes. This one's really nice. I like the fact that,
Yep. We make them strong.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting this to be so accommodating. There's even a bed for each of us.
No beds.
Oh. There's even
enough
space on the floor for each of us.
There is enough space on the floor, should you want it.
Yeah.
I'm looking around the cell to see if it's surveilled.
Well, there are
cameras?
two guards. You can see two guards.
Okay.
But any cameras or anything though?
None that
cameras?
you can see.
Cool.
So
the idea that goes in is like, I think this is probably not the drugs. This is probably he's very chill. Goes in.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a general. He knows how to stay cool even in tense situations.
So it's an energy wall.
Correct.
Okay.
I would know from practice and my background as a trooper what happens if you touch this wall without me having to touch it, or is this new technology since I left?
Yeah. No, this is what you would have used when you were bringing prisoners back, if you chose to bring them back alive. It just stops you from leaving. There's no shocking. There's no like. It doesn't.
You cannot pass.
You just can't get through it.
Sure. Okay. But you can see it.
You can touch
it. Would I know how these walls interact with laser weapons? Can a laser pass through, being that it's not matter?
Give me an intel roll.
Alrighty. 2, yes, that's a success.
Yeah, you've actually seen someone use a laser weapon against it. Like the laser sword, the sword itself would the blade would pass through, but the hilt would not, because it's a solid piece of matter.
And likewise, a blaster bolt would head.
A blaster bolt would go through, because it so not like a slug, like if you had a slug thrower would not go through, but the bolt itself would go through.
So matter, I know that light would pass through, energy would pass through, but matter will not. And the two guards are just one either side of the door on the other side of the wall from us.
So they're sort of at a command station. This is not the only cell in this room. It doesn't look like there's anybody in the other cells, but
are the energy walls on in the other cells?
It's hard to tell. It's a pretty
you're looking through a wall of energy
process. Yeah, they're not tinted really at all.
Are there controls on the wall, or are they on the command center?
It's at a panel
where they are.
Where they are.
I'm gonna sidle over to Gozen and say, "You lost your sword, but you got anything else on you? Anything smuggled away? Anything hidden?"
I will.
You have more drugs? I think you've had enough drugs, sir.
You know what? I will actually, check the pockets and such of the officer's uniform, see if there's anything around. Maybe even like a comm link that I could use to contact other officers with.
Okay. Please give me an intel roll.
All right. 6. So that's a no.
No. Cool. There's some kind of a
got it.
snack in one of the pockets.
I head to Vance and I say, "You managed to get anything smuggled away in here? You got anything on you?"
Yeah, Vance lets the blaster that's in his arm drop down. He hands it to
you.
Patience.
I know that these doors. They don't stop blaster bolts, so you need to keep that hidden. Keep that on you.
No, I'm giving it to you.
Oh, okay.
You're a guy that shoots people for a living.
I do shoot people.
I'm a guy that makes people think that he's not where he's at. So when you're like, hey, did you smuggle a weapon? I was like, yes, for you.
I appreciate that. All right, so now I have your blaster.
I mean, it's not even my blaster, it's that officer's.
True.
It's just that when I did it, because I threw the jacket over my shoulder, I like hit it. I hit it. So, my immediate reaction when I was like, I'm about to give myself up, was to secure it in a way that wouldn't immediately be noticed.
Yeah.
Just strapped it to the middle of your back because that's where your group keeps things.
Right where you keep drugs. Right in your drug sack.
Right in my drug pocket.
I didn't drop anything that I hid there.
That is true. It's all on me. And in the world of the game, my character would have seen this massive pack and then just opted to just smack you in it.
This is where you push him.
It's up. If I'm pushing him on his drugs, that's on him for keeping his drugs there. So in the cell with us, it's complete blank stone cell, nothing to it, or metal.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean it's not. It's
nothing in
it's
here.
some sort of man-made.
Yeah.
Kind of structure.
But there's no furniture, even if it's bolted into the walls, or
nothing.
Lighting. How's it lit?
It is uniformly lit. Unclear where the light is coming
uniformly lit.
It's uniformly lit from a large set of lamps that the audience can't see. But,
yeah.
There's seemingly three lights. There's like a key
definitely
light,
a ring light. There's like soft lighting across your eyes, like like Shatner would have, which is really lovely.
No place to go toilet.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Hey man, this is space.
I'm gonna potentially use that to my advantage then later. Do I know as a trooper? I was never really in charge of being prison guard. I was out there killing people. Sure. But would I know if they're likely to just, if I say I need to go to the bathroom, do they escort you to the bathroom, or do they just say, "Nah, piss yourself"?
I mean, I think it depends on the trooper you get. Really, like there's a lot of buttons on that control panel. Like there's a chance that perhaps one of them would like
generate a toilet.
Yeah, bring something in.
If I know anything from sci-fi movies and action movies in general, it's that control panels, if you shoot them, do the thing you want them to do with the door. So if you want them to unlock a door, to unlock a door, you shoot the control panel and it'll unlock it. And if you've just gone through the door and you don't want other people to be able to unlock it, you shoot the control panel and it'll lock the door.
Yep. Yeah. So very importantly, make sure that what you want to do is to open the cell and not go to the bathroom.
Shoot the gun. I'm like, this is it. Shoot the thing, and it just automatically opens up a floor in it. It's just a long drop appears in our
little space toilet pops out of the wall.
Yeah.
All right. So there are two guards on duty. I will first start by saying, "Hey,
you, hey, what?
I need the bathroom."
You've been in there for like 35 seconds.
Yeah, and I didn't go to the bathroom this morning.
Where do you think we were headed to?
I was literally heading down to the bathroom in the elevator when you intercepted us.
Why did you have to change floors to go to the bathroom?
I couldn't find. There's an emergency. The bathroom that I was going to was on fire.
What? There's not a fire in the bathroom.
Boring conversation.
When we went.
He. Fine. God. Hits a button. And a little hole opens in the floor.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
I'll inspect this and be like, why do they need to keep this hidden? Is there a way out of this? I'm going to try and see if it's like, if there's anything I can do to unbolt or unscrew, or if there's anything.
You're hoping. What I hear is you're trying to do an Andy Dufresne in space.
Yeah, while you're doing all this, Ryder walks over, takes the gun that he gave you out of your hand, and walks up and just fucking shoots the guy and just press that button.
Oh, that's our one. We dropped
Yes,
it.
that's our one PG-13 F-bomb.
It's always Chris.
Damn it!
It's always Chris who takes it. So I'm like, no, because he's over by the control panel. How are we gonna get out? We're just gonna trap ourselves in here.
Did it.
But he
So
did it.
give me a blaster roll,
about it.
please.
Unfortunately, not unfortunately. It was a 6.
Oh, yeah. Well, you shot one of them dudes dead.
Then I pointed at the other guy and I'm like, open the door.
Oh wait, hold on, Chris. I think because you punched Nachi in the face, I think you get a star.
Yeah.
You did.
I had a star though.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Okay,
You're
sure.
just hoarding stars, all of you. Just not
You only
using
have 1 star.
he goes, yeah, all right. And he reaches over and hits a button.
Oh my gosh.
Your cell does not open. Instead,
I just shoot him.
I face palm my helmet.
Right.
alarms, a different kind of alarm goes off.
I mean, I knew that was happening.
Yeah, go ahead. You got to give me another blaster roll, friends.
I rolled a 1, which
Which, if you'd let me do it as the assassin, that would have been a success.
is true. That is
Mhm.
true.
Here's what happens instead. You fry the control panel,
Sure.
but it does not open the door.
The bidet activates.
just shooting straight up. Yeah, well, now that's canon. So now this bidet, just the water spraying into your cell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great. Thanks, Vince.
I hated you back.
Here you go. I helped.
I'll stall the
So
gun.
what's our plan now? Because yeah, shot half the people, and now the controls are fried.
Well, and now there are more people entering the room with guns pointed at you. And as you know, that
Yay.
energy field does not keep out blaster bolts.
No, it does not.
Yeah, is there any place to dodge? Like, is there any place to hide that isn't directly in front of that line?
There is a toilet.
Is the entire wall the energy field, or is there like a doorway and we can?
Oh no, full wall.
Full wall. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Um.
you brought this on yourself, and I push Vance into the toilet to get him down the poop chute, and we're gonna end up hopefully.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the fact that this is the first time in a lifetime of role playing that I have given myself up while already in a cell. And it's much funnier that I do that and then immediately get pushed into the toilet.
Into the toilet, space toilet. All right, one of you is in the space toilet. The other two have.
I then start cover fire to get them to sort of dodge out of the way and reduce their attacks on us, so that
All
it
right.
doesn't. I'm doing the scene
All
of
right.
get down the chute.
Moving
Into the garbage
down
chute.
Yeah.
into
Fly boy.
the poop chute. Oh, okay. My move is not that great, but it's fine. Go into the poop chute.
Well, what was it?
It was a 6.
And do you have a D6 or do
No.
you have a D8?
No, I have a
You
D8.
can't get. You're stuck.
Come on, Amara! Just kicking him, trying to push them down. Push, kick.
Yeah, give me a move roll. Let's see if you can shove him down the toilet.
Move them down the toilet. That is a 1, and I can't think of a way that being an assassin or a trooper would somehow lend itself to being a plumber and unblocking a toilet.
Well, I definitely think being part of the good old Killstar Republic was about taking a giant poop.
Drinking a
It
giant.
does feel that way.
I was about to say some other things, and I realized that I already
You
burned my one.
Okay. I think I'm going to yell, "Please don't kill me while I'm in a toilet." And I want to use my star to bring peace to this situation.
Please don't kill
Okay.
me while I'm in a toilet.
The funny part is that it's your backside
It's got him
that's
breached.
in the cell. It's your leg.
Oh, has he got in head first? Like,
Yes,
sticking
of
out the
course.
toilet.
So you do yell it. You're burning your star. They are confused and a bit amused, and so they are not firing into the cell currently.
Confused and amused.
Mhm.
Where am I?
Oh, you are in the receptacle for all of the space toilets.
Oh, okay. I
If
am.
this space station had a bog of eternal stench,
You're in
that
it
is
now.
where you would be.
It's great. What a wonderful smell I've discovered.
Yeah, yeah. And it's all like synthetic, weird vitamin food, so it's
Oh,
Mm. Mm.
yeah.
I think maybe I'll stay in the cell and get shot.
you know what? I give up.
Given the options.
The end. I'm
The
sure there's
end.
some sort of filtration in your helmet.
Yeah, hopefully. Didn't filter out the drugs.
Well, it got in there. You like
You
reached
got
in.
all up in there.
I did
not the
before
drugs'
leaving the cell this morning. Take just a bump
Uh,
more as well.
I am running about
Ew.
Oh god, sloshing about.
looking for looking for a way out of this try not to curse, it's real hard. Trying to get out of this
Poop pool.
Predicament.
space sewer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, poop hole doesn't,
No, poop pool. Like
Poop
a
pool.
pool.
Pool of poop.
It's alliteration.
the
A lot of the letters are the same.
I am desperately trying to get out of
Mhm.
this.
So, the way this is structured, there's a bunch of chutes that come into this space. And then,
Sorry,
is-
14-year-old me took over
Yeah.
for
I know, no, that's why I said it. And
It's a bunch of
then,
poop shoots.
a whole bunch of poop chutes. This is a big station. And then there is a door that vents it into space periodically.
All right. I am going to spend my star
To vent
that
myself
brings
into
freedom to someone. I am going to wait for the the ventings obviously happens pretty often, so that there is for security things and but like when that happens, there's a there's a brief moment where you can just like hold on to the outside and come in through the emergency. They obviously have an emergency door near all of these chutes because this is where you would get in to do the work.
Sure.
So
You're gonna yeet yourself into space.
Just for a second.
Just for a
Hold
second.
on to the outside, which would obviously have an outside door handle to the
Yeah.
emergency door.
Well, it would now because he's
Because he's
using
using
a
a stealth
star.
ray.
So it
but I mean,
absolutely
obviously,
would.
it's like in the Expanse or something. That is exactly what they would do. They would come out. You would actually access this from space because it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's important because this is space opera. It doesn't matter. There's always a hatch when you need one.
Always a hatch.
How would the hero escape the situation without one?
You could also
They
get
would
up
just-
through one of the other chutes
That's true.
and end in a cell that doesn't have a door on it.
Or not a cell. Somewhere
or not
else.
Cell.
Hey, man. When you're in the sewer, you just do whatever you got to do to get out.
to get out.
That's true.
I feel like your stars are a lot more useful than mine. Bringing justice to the worlds is a very difficult task to try and get into everyday
difficult.
situations.
Okay. So you're stuck.
Right. Are we
You're
talking about me?
stuck in. Yeah, you are stuck
yes,
in
I'm stuck.
the toilet.
I am going to try and wriggle out since I hear there's less blaster fire. I'm going to try and wriggle out the less way.
Back into the cell.
Yeah, back into the cell.
I'll assist if I can.
Give me a move.
Legs.
That's a 3. That's a move.
Okay.
Move.
You wiggle out of your officer's jacket is what happens.
Mhm.
The officer's jacket still stuck.
Yep.
Blocking that effectively.
Yep.
And now you are back in the cell.
Yep. Great.
With patience.
Fantastic.
Can't blame us for trying, eh? I say with a gun in my hand.
They switch you. You see them. You hear one of them yell out, "Switch to stun and take him down, please."
I will.
What a polite officer.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll drop prone behind Gosen.
Behind Gozen.
I'll attempt to defend him because I'm a general and I would look after the people who serve me.
Excellent. So this is an act of deception from Patience.
Mm-hmm.
So your good friend goes in definitely stunned and drops to the ground. And multiple got shot in. So give me a move to see if you
I did not. Nope, that's a 2.
Okay, well, you attempt to drop to the ground, and they just so
Clatter.
both stunned.
Okay.
And because you were both stunned, they drop the thing for a moment, go in, take the blaster away, and then put it back up.
Great.
Do they unclog our toilet? Because we're going to need
They
that.
cannot get the toilet unclogged, so it's still open, but there's a jacket in it.
Ew.
These were not designed for Jeff. They didn't assume that people were going to be passing jackets.
That's how we get out. That's how.
That's
how
very
the hero gets
foolish.
Passing jackets.
Mm-hmm. A space opera story
All
coming
right, cool. All
to
right,
Fox this fall.
So, I guess Patience and I are unconscious, but I think Patience and I are in Ryder's gonna come save us mode, right? Like our plan worked. We got the hero out so that the hero can come save us.
Yep, the hero. The hero will save us. Cut to him just up to his neck in literal human waste.
I'm like cleaning myself at the emergency plumbing station.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And once again, my go-to move. I'm looking for some overall.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna say yes. They would absolutely have suits down there.
So I'm gonna get the full janitor outfit set up.
Right.
And then
Outfit number 3. I'm
see.
sorry. This is outfit number 4. Outfit number 4.
Yeah, because I started in one outfit. I put on a jumpsuit. I changed into an officer's. Now I'm back into another jumpsuit. So
Different jumpsuit, different color jumpsuit.
Yes, of course.
This is
This one's brown.
Different service area of the station.
It may have been the other color to start with, but now it's brown. I do like that we just went from like a bunch of blaster fire to you in the shower. Just, here we go.
in like, you know, and it's a total like Chris Hemsworth moment, right? Like it's a completely gratuitous, unnecessary shot.
Yeah,
it's what they've shot it just so they can put it in the trailer to try and get a more different diversity of audience.
Butts in the seats. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
After I I am not obviously a sewer monster.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking around. What do we have in this janitorial station? What's here?
I mean, there's like big like nets and hooks and things. Like almost like pool supplies of like for that sort of thing. There's like some chest waders in there. There's some there's like some boots and like there's like masks to put over your like rebreather sort of situation.
I'm definitely putting one of them on.
Yeah, smells much nicer now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just I'm less noticeable.
Yep. And periodically, these other chutes are venting into the space.
So I'm going to turn that off.
Okay.
Turn off the flushing system.
Yeah. Just basically backing up all the toilets. Back them up, all the toilets at the detention level. No, all the toilets, back them all up.
Okay. Great. There is a control panel on the wall.
Yes.
Yes. This is definitely an intel roll.
Seems very real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am not a coder.
I
am a gambler.
To see what happens.
But I rolled a 1.
No.
Doesn't seem like.
So, you confidently start hitting buttons.
Mashing.
You were like, this is gonna work. And you hit some combination of buttons, and then all of the chutes, like a cover comes down on all of them. And you're like, hooray, this is great. And then it says, a voice comes over that says, venting in 5, 4. So it's about to open to space.
The room I'm in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at, Chris?
I'm just looking at me doing the really bad idea, but cinematically, it's the right thing to do. Which is, I look around, I find like a pole or something, put my arms around it, and bang the handcuffs in until they click in and electrify.
Because that's how space tech works. Bang it till it.
Well, give me a move roll and let's see if you are lucky. This is really like a luck roll, so let's give.
Oh, is it a luck roll?
Would gambler help?
Sure. You are gambling a lot on this.
I'm gambling a lot on this. I got a 2 and a 6.
Well, neither of those are numbers that you need.
Wow.
I love that it's 1 on either side of the numbers.
Yeah, just so close. Needed a 3, 4, or 5. Got a 2.
Any other number might have been 5. All right.
Yeah, really. So you turn around, you find a pole, and you smack your hands together, and it just knocks one of them off. And as you are looking at it, the door opens to space, and the camera just sees this big kind of mass of excrement be sucked out, and then like you come tumbling out after. You have an
That's the end of the
opportunity.
game. Thank you, everybody.
Everyone's dead. Thanks for coming.
Oh, I'm not dead yet. Is there a window in my cell that I can see?
You're asleep. You've been stunned.
Okay.
You want to? What do you want? Move?
I think a move.
No, I rolled a 6.
Buddy.
So,
Can you use your star? You talked about using your star.
I did. I spent it.
Star.
Are you going to spend the star to get to the outside?
I spent it before.
Oh, you already spent it?
That's how I got.
He's saying there's been confusion. I think Sarah thinks that you're still in the poop containment room, and you thought that we'd jumped to you being out and have done the spending your star thing. So now we are spending the star, and he manages to survive, hopefully.
Oh.
No, I don't. We're in the janitorial piece.
Mm-hmm.
You've literally, I've pushed the buttons. You are,
Yeah.
I've evacuated this room that I'm in.
Yes.
But I used my star to get out of
The poop collection chamber.
sewer.
And you're into the janitorial room as a secondary room.
Yeah. It vented everything in this particular situation.
Right.
Because you rolled poorly.
Yes.
Right. It was a special super vent. Right. Which makes sense.
So, give me, what do you have, a D6?
A D6.
Give me another D6 roll. There's a chart. Of course there is.
A 3.
You get scooped up by a tractor beam.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whose poor job is it to just monitor the ejection of waste material and be like, that doesn't seem like it should be in there.
Carl.
Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
Poor schmuck.
Cal has angered some of his higher ups.
Absolutely.
You're on excrement detection.
Yeah, he's someone's
duty.
like third cousin. He's very incompetent at any job.
No,
but
don't put me on EDD.
Not again. You are brought inside, and so it's Carl. Carl's brought you inside. He's like, "Hey, I don't know. Was that on purpose? Because if it was, I can put you back. Like if that's what you." I'm sorry.
When I feel comfortable enough that I can talk again, I say, "Oh no, I got knocked out by those rebels that are running all around. Thanks for picking me up there."
Yeah,
buddy.
I heard that was happening, and that I was supposed to monitor all of the sides. I'm on this quadrant, so
yeah, I'm just just a janitor, space janitor. Janitor in space.
I'm just a space janitor.
What's
Is that what you told him your name was?
I have to write down when I bring something like in that wasn't supposed to get vented. I have to like make a note. It's like, what's your like how are you listed? Like, I can't just write space janitor. I'll get in trouble.
Yep. It's 69420A.
Okay. 69420A. Are you that's like an assassin classification. Oh. All right. Okay. Cool.
So we're in like this isn't like a craft. I got pulled in by Beam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just run away.
Are you like an assassin? So you go.
Give me a move roll.
1. I think getting away, this counts. This is something that I would do.
No, you're a racer.
Yeah, what are your roles? Gambler and
racer.
Gambler and racer.
There you go.
I think
definitely.
Getting away is very racy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racing.
Yeah.
I have definitely. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them.
It's
You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to run. Right now, all I can do is run. It's in the lyrics.
You run. And he's like, wait, man, I have to. Hey, he's just calling down.
Man, I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
And now we're
Mr.
gonna
Jensen.
go back to the cell. The two of you awaken from being stunned. There are 2 people working on the fixing up where you had shot it. You wake up to your blaster definitely being gone.
It's very respectful that they haven't taken my helmet off, though. Appreciate them for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
true.
not like we don't have any recent media in which maybe this has happened over and over again.
Yeah.
I look around myself. As soon as I wake up, I say, "Hey, I need the toilet."
It's
Very
still
well.
in there.
This one's blocked.
You don't have like an infinite number of toilets to that cell, man.
You need to move us into a different cell then. I'll unclog this one. Get a janitor in here.
Yeah, this is definitely cruel and unusual.
Get a janitor in here to unblock the toilet. Someone from the maintenance department.
Give me an intel roll. Let's see if you
Alright.
convince this poor schmuck.
5.
He goes, yeah, I mean, we could probably... Hey, shut up!
I almost had you, though. I almost had you. Okay, that's fair.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, that's right. Good.
Do we know if these energy fields block smells?
Say that again.
Do we know if the energy field will block smells?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, then I think I would recently have to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to do it into the jacket where it's blocked.
Wow. Great.
Right? Wow.
Is this a... Hold on.
The point of this is that when it starts smelling, they're like, oh no, really, I should go get a janitor.
Exactly.
No, I get it. I understand what's happening.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to smell them out.
Yeah.
Putting a
Hey.
risk on them caring enough.
This is a non-violent protest practice.
Okay. You do that. I'm not going to make your roll.
You didn't
believe
need me to
that
make a
you-
move roll for my bowel movement?
Bowel movement roll.
Bowel movement. I mean, if you would like to make it more difficult for yourself, sure. Give me a roll. Let's see
how much
well
fiber's
you do
been
at
in your
this.
diet lately.
I got a 2.
Okay, you
Appropriate.
can't go.
Too many people. Too many people.
There's
watching.
too
I
many
understand.
people
I
watching.
understand.
Like half an hour later, I'm like, it's not happening, man. Stop making all the noises. Not.
All right, I tried.
Ryder, are you going back to them, or are you just like?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm done. No. Of course, I'm. When I feel that I have gotten far enough away from the tractor beam, I would assume that I'm going to be able to walk around as a smelly janitor, and this is going to be okay. I am going to try to make my way back to the detention area. But where am I in relation to said detention area and the armory?
You are right by the armory.
It seems like I want to go there then.
So
And
you
the
are
doors are
several
open.
floors down, probably like 5 or 6 floors down from the detention area.
I'm going to head to the armory.
Great.
I have an idea.
Oh,
When you're done with the armory scene, I don't want to interrupt, but I've just had an idea.
perfect. You were able to get to the armory fairly easily. You're a little out of breath because you were running.
That's what I do. I am going to when I get to the armory, I am assuming there's guards.
Yes.
They're
They're not like... It's not like a whole bunch of them. It's like in a cage, and there's like a guard in front that like
the standard put a thing in the door.
Uh-huh.
They give you a ticket back.
Yep.
A valet for your guns.
Yeah.
Gun valet.
Is there still an alarm going off, by the way?
Oh, yes.
All over the ship. Yeah.
Yeah. Tough times. They can't.
Yeah,
Find
you
us.
guys have
People are running
caused
all over the
quite
place.
a bit of damage and havoc.
When I get to the piece, remember, like I'm wearing like the rebreather mask. I have like the overalls on. I'm just like, I'm here to pick up the. I'm here to pick up the. The waste receptacles.
That they would keep in an armory.
Of course.
Waste receptacles.
Yeah, the
Like-
waste. I mean, I'm trying to be, delicate for you soldiers. The poop boxes,
We don't
the turd crates.
poop in boxes here, man. That's not. What do you?
And they just told me to come down to the armory and pick up all the crates. They said that they were starting to leak.
What, who told you that? That's not a thing that we do here.
I mean, that was
Anymore.
that was my supervisor's supervisor. He said that your boss was complaining that the whole place smelled, like
That's
a
Not true. You
like a
tell
cat
him
box
that's
in
not
there.
true. That's not true.
I mean, if you, I don't want to carry it. If you guys want to carry it, that's fine by me. But
I don't. We don't have boxes in here. It's just weapons, man. That's all we've got in here.
Well, that's I hey man, call your boss. Get your boss down here.
It's such a weirdly specific thing. It might work.
I like lean up. I just lean up against the wall. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait here. I ain't got nothing better to do. This is my job. Call your boss.
He gets on the comm and there's a janitor here who says something about getting leaking boxes from the armory. Let's see. Oh, well, I don't know if they're supposed to. All right, sir. All right, sorry. Fine. All right, man. There's 3 boxes you're supposed to take.
Sounds good. Let's go.
I'm not gonna touch them. Hold on. He types in some stuff, hits a button, and there's now 3 small crates that are leaking some kind of blue fluid.
Even better. This is even better than what I had hoped. All right, I'm gonna pick up these boxes. Just walking away.
They are surprisingly heavy.
Then I'm gonna pick up one of those boxes, and I'll be like, "All right, I'll get a cart. I'll be back for these other ones."
You didn't bring a cart for the.
No, he was running, not driving.
All right. I mean, don't leave them there. I don't want to be near them. I don't know what's in those things. Hey, man, where are you
Maybe-
going?
Then have him call you a cart.
Yeah, but to say, give me a card.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would say you have to bring it back, but don't.
I'm
Bring it back.
gonna move real quickly so that I get like a spray of the shit.
Okay, you know what? You just stop moving. Man, just stop. He brings out a little like dolly. It's like a little hand cart situation.
Little hand cart.
Uh-huh. And he gets back in and like shuts everything down, and he just closes his window and is like, "We're all out, done."
Right. All right. Now I'm headed.
All right. Let's flash back. What's going on, boys?
So you know how there's a whole Geneva Convention sort of things about human rights and how to treat prisoners and such, and it would be considered an injustice to keep prisoners in a situation where they don't have access to a working toilet.
Sure.
So in order to bring the justice to the world,
I
may force them to come in and fix this toilet. I'm going to spend my star to bring justice to the world.
Okay.
Because keeping us in this situation is an injustice.
So you have spent the whole time that we have been down watching what Ryder is doing. Just like, guys, hey.
Pacing, talking to them, being like, you can't keep us in situations like this, and spouting like jargon that I know that the higher ups use and who they refer to, and the Space Geneva Convention.
Yeah, it's a little Jake Peralta in an interrogation. But they're finally like, I can't anymore. With you,
I can't anymore either.
Oh my god! Fine.
It's not gonna smell good.
So they reactivate your cuffs, both of you. Which I need you both to give me just roll a d6 for me, both of you, so that I know where your hands were when they reactivated.
2.
I got a 2.
Oh, both of you got a 2. Okay, both are in front. And they come in, they deactivate the wall. They both have, everybody has blasters on you, and they just move you into a different cell and activate the toilet. Fine.
Right. How many of them are there?
Yeah, how many?
3 at this point.
I'm come on. You either need to take these off, or you need to help me with my suit. It's all in one kind of suit. I'm just gonna do this until one of them gets close enough. I'm gonna walk towards them, be like, come on.
They one gets close,
and then wham, I'm gonna try and grab the gun, and I'm gonna try and make a move essentially.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that this is like an attack. So give me a blaster or blade, whichever one you have.
Blaster. If it was a move, it would have worked. It was a 3.
Well, but you're an assassin.
Assassin,
so you have advantage on this roll.
Yes, thank you.
You should know how to do this.
I should know how to. 6. There we go. And it's an
ultimate. That does it.
I don't know if that
tell me what exactly you're hoping to do.
So they got single pistol sort of, or rifles.
Rifle.
So excellent. So I'm getting closer. Come on, open up. And then I'm gonna grab the and because I managed to get in front, I'm gonna grab the barrel of the thing around about the trigger area and push it up. And as I push it up, I'm bringing my knee up into the groin of this particular trooper, wham, which will hopefully pull him forwards. And then as he sort of folds forwards under the force, I'm going to turn around, push my shoulder against his body, and pull the gun away from him.
Great. You disarm him and you give him a shot right in the old 5-hole. Right in.
Yeah. And then as soon as I can, I'm gonna aim it at the next guy. But obviously, Gozen gets to do something first.
Gozen, whichever I'm going to see that Patience is making a move, and whichever guard I think is reacting sooner, I'm going to shove my body into and try and knock them down.
Okay. give me a blaster. Blades. Your blades. Blades
On
roll.
a blade. I rolled a 4.
Okay, so the camera sees Patience being just like dope as an assassin, and then goes in just flinging his body and taking out just through
like a comical, like you've been cut out by like a PNG and just like
Yeah,
thrown
yeah, yeah.
across the screen.
Yes. So there's one left that you are then
Yeah, so
pointing at.
I because of the situation with my hands, I've grabbed the gun, but I can't really use it appropriately, so I'm using it as a club. Whack right across the top of the other guy's helmet.
One more blaster roll, and goes in. You get a star for
that's right.
tackling a Nazi.
All right, so I got a 5, but this is an assassin, so with advantage, that's also a 5. Super duper success.
Super duper success. All of them are dispatched, and you're still cuffed, but they didn't get you all the way in a cell yet.
Yeah, I know how to uncuff them, I presume. So I go back over to the command center and press the buttons on it. Boop,
Yep.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you are now free, and you have a hand cart full of 3 leaking boxes.
I mean, the correct thing here to do is for the door to the piece to open and me to be like, so I'm delivering this cleaning fluid for the problem that you're having with your cell toilets. Oh, hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, so you are reunited, and now we're going to take our bio break.
Appropriate.
Welcome back. We did it. We finally all got out of the cell and out of the space toilets and back on the ship, all of us.
Yep.
Very exciting.
Ready to
And
go.
you are now in possession of 3 mystery crates full of something that leaks blue.
I will also take the rifles from the other 2 that we knocked out and give them out. So each one of us has a
Look at us.
blaster rifle.
Armed and ready.
Yeah.
And some sort of mystery thing. And I say, hey, Vance, what's in the crate?
I don't know.
I'm
So
gonna go over
we're...
and see if I can. Can I identify it in any way?
Give me an intel roll.
Alrighty. Do
I
get
explained
advantage for
where I
being a
got it.
trooper? Is it trooper-esque? Is it a trooper?
I had been hoping that they would open the door, but instead they just gave this stuff to me.
Yeah,
It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it did work.
A success.
A success.
Sorry, not from me. I'm saying his was an success.
Oh,
Mine
his was a success.
Mine was a 4, unless I have advantage for being a trooper. I don't know what this is, so I don't know if it's trooper related.
Well, it came from an armory, so go ahead and give me.
All right.
That counts.
6. So an ultimate potential.
Yeah. This you can't be 100% sure, but this fluid looks like plasma that you have used that's inside explosives.
You get this from an armory, yeah?
Yes.
I think
From the armory that we were gonna steal from.
Yeah, I think it's a component. I think it might be a component of explosives. I'm not sure if it's volatile itself, but I'm pretty sure that this is one of the ingredients or components that they use to make explosives. We should try and not jostle it around too much, or like as long as we're not like flinging it around, we should be okay. Why are you laughing so hard, Vince? I think we should be okay. We should not dilly-dally here. They definitely will be sending someone to take over the shift of these guys soon.
Hold on. These seem to be leaking. Is that okay?
I think that's why they gave them to me. I mean, we could just leave them here.
We could walk them around the ship and let them leak too.
If these
actually,
are volatile.
Let's put them behind the door to the detention block. and then close the detention block door, and then seal the door. So that hopefully they'll try to cut in or explode and it'll blow up.
Let's just leave one. We should we could do that with one. You know, we don't want to
one of them. All right.
leave all of our explosives in one detention center.
That's it. As the expression goes.
Heard that. Very popular here.
I like that idea.
I think it's a good place for one of them.
Yeah,
Right. So you now have 2 crates.
Place one right up against the door. Close the door, and then try and block the door in some way. I blast the control panel. So that way.
Okay. Well, give me a blaster roll.
Go. Oh, thankfully that rolled off the die. Nope. But assassin? Question mark.
Sure.
I'm assassinating this. Really pushing the limits here. It was the same roll. It was a 3 both times.
Okay. So your plan worked so good.
Check this out.
When he shoots the control panel, there is a big explosion inside the detention block.
Yes, it's volatile. It is volatile. We've established. I was just doing a test. We have tested it, and we have determined that yes, this stuff is volatile. Let's move quickly. Nice cut.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit less unicorn than the last one, but it'll do. I jump on
no, like this is like a hand truck.
It's a hand cart.
It's I don't jump
on
it's a dolly.
Like
it's a
dolly.
I mean, I guess you could sit on it. It's leaking explosives.
I will move up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are you headed? I don't care.
Just away from the explosion.
Yeah,
you guys, we have two choices here. We continue on mission.
Yeah.
The mission you gave yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there a second?
Another choice?
We choose one half of the mission. So we either do the armory or we do the, potentially kill a senator, or we just leave. Like those are our options. I mean,
okay.
I only see there's 3 options. Four options.
Okay, so we go upstairs, we go home, we go downstairs to the armory, or we do both, or we do all 3 rather. Yeah.
All of my plans involve us leaving.
Okay, cool.
I'm already at the
it's
next
just a question of do we do anything else before that? So we have option A, option B, or option C.
I'm gonna go kill the senator. As I run down a corridor.
Okay, yeah, let's go upstairs. I want to show off our leaking boxes.
Okay.
Does the elevator go straight to the top floor? Because it's a pyramid. Is the elevator in like the center of the pyramid-shaped thing?
So there are several elevator banks.
Yeah.
They're probably not elevators. They're probably inclinators, like in the at the hotel, the Luxor in Las Vegas.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So there are there's one that will go all the way up.
Let's go to that one.
That's like the express elevator, if you will.
Yeah, let's go to the one that can go. If we need to, we can just put the explosives in there and
send them up.
Wow. And then we can leave.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, they just arrive and they go ding, and then it just opens, and then they send it back down again. So it's not like they're going to self-detonate.
I'm sure we can come up with a plan. Like we can,
I'm sure we can come up with a plan as we're running along the corridor. We'll have time.
We get like a rubber band to like pull the trigger on the gun, but not too fast. Just like slowly though.
Time delayed rubber band. That's a famous
exactly.
Those are very spacey.
Wait, I got it. I actually have it. Okay.
What is it?
We still have the like cool bracelets, right? That we can turn on. Okay.
Yes.
And we will wrap one around the trigger of one of the guns.
It's actually
and then we'll send it up. And then we'll watch what we'll do. We'll watch because the elevator's going to have a little thing that tells you what floor it's on. When it stops at the top floor, we turn on the
bracelets. One is around the handle of the gun. One is around the trigger. They come together. That is actually a genius idea.
Cinematically, it's an amazing idea.
Cinematic. It is
Is there
flawless.
any other? Are there any other types of ideas?
I could go
I
up
mean,
in the
it's
elevator
just
as
like-
well and shoot them.
Like I can super 100% see that completely play out on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
And it explains why we spent so much time with Chekhov's handcuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be checking my little handheld device for the cinematics, the schematics that we got of the thing, checking for whether the place I'm going to try and assassinate the what do you call him, the Iron Giant, something or other.
The Iron Giant.
That's the one.
Star.
Iron Killstar. I doubt
Iron
he's
Killstar.
on this. I doubt he's on here.
Would
But
he
there
have
could
There's
be
a
some
senator
senators.
here.
I'll have I'm looking for Senator. I'm on the schematics. I'm looking for Senator's quarters or the conference room that you mentioned, where the bigwigs might hide, or hide, meet, not hide.
It's their little
They'll be
blanket
hiding
for it.
soon.
Executive blanket for it.
Yeah, there's like the tippy top of the pyramid is
Bingo.
Is
That's-
labeled as,
that's
like,
where we're headed then.
Senator.
So I'm leading us through the corridors towards the express elevator that'll send us up to that room. And are we going with explosives? Our plan A, or do I go up in the elevator and assassinate them as well as plan A?
Okay, I have another beautifully cinematic plan that we can consider as well. This one's more so. This one's better. This one's like.
This is why you're the general. I shout over my shoulder as we
Right, I
run.
come up with the plan, right? Okay. All right. So, thinking about
We're having these conversations as we're walking down the
Yes,
hallway
absolutely.
towards the elevator.
right.
I'm just pushing a hand truck covered in leaky explosives at this point.
Iterating on my previous plan, maybe like the handcuff thing doesn't work, or maybe like the elevator stops on literally any other floor and someone's like, what are these doing here? And like picks them up, right? So other new plan, we ride the elevators all the way to the top, right? And then we get there, we can just like throw them out into
Yep.
the bigwig room, right?
Yep.
And then we can like do our like
Boom.
cool one liners, like this
This is
like
part of the plan.
like
You have to think of one liner ahead of time.
rebels or bust, right? And then like we like bust the explosives there, right? And it blows the like ceiling off the spaceship, right? And that would normally be bad for us too because we're there, right? Like it would
Yeah,
be
it is-
fine
yeah,
if we
yeah,
just set up, but we have a plan. That plan is Ryder goes back to the Last Hope and just like as soon as it explodes, comes through, flies and picks us up out of space, and then we star lines out of here.
So our plan, your executive plan, General, is to split the party. Ryder goes back to the ship, takes off, and flies around the top, and he's allowed to leave.
Yep.
Even though it's a rebel spaceship, he's allowed to leave. And then we, meanwhile, are allowed to go all the way to the top floor with no like clearance codes. And when we get there, we throw out 2 crates of explosives and we explode them. We deliberately eject ourselves in an explosion out into space so that Ryder can pick us up in a spaceship. Does our rebel spacecraft have some sort of an airlock situation where he'd be able to pick up people
plan
from
was
space?
smarter.
No, but this one's cooler. And
This
like,
one is cooler, definitively cooler.
and that's what I said, right? I was just iterating. I'm just throwing out plans, trying to.
I think it's a genius idea. Let's do it. And run off towards the elevator.
Which plan are we doing?
I'm running towards the elevator to try and assassinate Senator. That's as far as my plan goes.
Great.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we feel when we get to the elevator. Maybe we just all want to go up.
Okay.
We have a bunch of planlets in a swarm. We're just gonna see how they develop.
This is throwing spaghetti at the wall.
We've
Yeah.
got explosives.
sticks.
We've got guns.
There's definitely an elevator involved. There's definitely explosives involved, and there's
Mhm.
definitely killing a senator involved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. You're now at the elevator. What are you doing?
Bing. Call.
Yeah. Call the elevator.
It's there. Doors
Great.
open.
There we go.
I step into the elevator.
Yeah, walk in. But crates, please. We're gonna need those. take the crates into the elevator with us. I look at the buttons. Is there a button for number 1, Senator?
There is a button for the top floor, yes.
I'm gonna put my arm out of the door so we can't actually set off yet, but I'm gonna press the button to see if it allows us to go there. Yeah, this is what I thought.
Definitely need some kind of code.
This is what I thought. I need some sort of a code. You've got an officer's uniform on? You didn't have anything in your pockets, did you?
Can we go one step down?
2. Does it light up?
2 needs a code.
3.
3 does not need a code.
Okay, we can get to the 2 floors below them. We may need to get 2 floors below them, get off the elevator, kill some higher up, steal their key card. Can I see if there's like a keycard swiper or like a Bluetoothy press your button? What
appears
sort of
to be
is there a keypad for
a
password?
retinal scanner.
Wonderful. I press my helmet up against it just to check. Yeah, that's a retinal scanner. We're gonna need to pull out an eye.
Okay.
This is gonna not stay PG-13 much longer.
Great. So we're gonna go to the 3rd floor. We're gonna get an eye for this retinal scanner. That's our new plan.
That's my plan. Yes.
Cool.
Vance.
I think again, some planlets.
That's a little bit.
So moving around,
and we make a little quilt out of all these different.
Getting to the 3rd floor seems like a perfectly. Let me handle when we get off the piece.
As you wish. And I take my hand away from the doors, allow it to close, and we all head up to floor 3. I love that this janitor also has a blaster rifle.
Yeah. Wait, are you changing? Are you changing out of your janitor?
No. I'm set. I don't know why I didn't pick up a rifle.
I said I have. So I have 2 guns.
I will hold 2.
You got 2. There
yeah,
you go.
I'm pushing a handcart full of leaky explosives.
Yep. Nope, I just have an extra one.
So the general is walking down the route, dual wielding rifles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to try to shoot both of them or any of them one-handed.
I'll clip them both to my belt and then just hold one ish at a time.
Giant rifle.
Rifles just hanging down off your belt like extra legs. Just allow me to put one on my back. I'm an assassin. People wouldn't question it.
Oh, sure. That's a good plan. I'll do that.
Yes, in your drug pocket.
Yeah, I'm going to put the rifle down through the drug pocket. And everybody be aware, I have a rifle in between my shoulder blades on my back.
Yeah, I give you a pat on the back. Good.
Don't make me have you roll because I will shoot his butt right off.
You just increase the efficiency of my poop shoots.
It's a wonderful game we've got here, friends. Doors open on floor 3.
Oh, look at that!
I come rushing out with the hand cart, and I'm just like, "Everybody, get out of the way! We gotta. Yeah, we need to get to the nearest the nearest bathroom. This thing's not gonna last, and it's bad."
There's nobody here.
Thank God. I'm like, why are you? What is?
Like, is it completely empty?
Yeah, it's empty.
Is the alarm still blaring on this floor as well?
There's alarm clocks. They're quieter here, and there seems to be like a display on the wall.
Let's see what it's
this looks
about.
like kind of like a control room. This is where they monitor what is going on for the needs for the upper 2 floors.
Perfect. I'm gonna inspect a little bit, see what the display, see what the warnings are about, see what people are actually. How much do the troopers know about us, and what sort of confusion has there been spread around the people on board, and the explosions that are happening and stuff?
It seems to be like this more focused on floor 1 and 2.
Specifically.
So
even better.
The senator.
Hey, I'm going to guard the elevator while they're doing this.
Good.
Do you want one of the guns?
Now I would like a rifle, thank you.
Yeah, great.
Take the one off my back and throw it to you.
Drug one.
I push the explosive crates in front of the elevator,
Oh yeah, sure. Just in
like
case.
on the hand cart, and then I move to a safe distance, and I watch the elevator with a rifle.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So the center's on floor
Up on floor 1.
floor 1. What is on floor 2? Do I have schematics, or do I see what rooms there are? What is it? Floor 2 about?
Floor 2 is there's several other people up there. They seem to be like important folk for like not quite senator level, but like all of his aides and stuff. Like, but people running around doing making. Oh, the senator wants another like sort of sparkling water. Like
all of
we
his
need to
number 2s.
Yeah.
Haven't you got enough number 2 tonight?
We have not.
So the floor 2 is full of those sorts of people and their offices and things. Like it's a meeting roomy office. Everybody gathers. So we can still do some
It also
damage if
looks
we get to
like
floor 2.
the most important people on this that run this station have offices on floor 2 as well.
That's useful. So we can pretty much immobilize this station by taking out the people on floor 2 because there'll be power vacuums of suddenly they don't know how to control the station and stuff. So if we can't get to floor 1, I'll take as a consolation prize floor 2.
I'm sure we can figure out a way to get to floor 1. Especially like there's got to be the codes or the way or something that we can scan or override from here to let the elevator get out.
That's what I was thinking. Is floor 3 just like one huge room that's just a big control room, like a big bulk up?
So it's not super big because it's the it's getting those floors are getting smaller as you go up. It's still like sizable, but it's not like the lower floors were huge. You needed to take like wheeled transportation around. That's not.
But we can see the whole floor from it's one big area, and there's nobody here, which is presumably conspicuous to me.
Yeah,
that there would be nobody keeping an eye on the needs of the people above.
You hear a toilet flush.
I run as quickly as I can over towards the toilet doors.
And a guy comes out reading like a magazine. He's like, comes walking out, and he's like,
the rifle barrel is like right there. Hey, look down at his name tag.
Ansel.
Hey, Ansel.
Hello.
We need to get to floor 2, and preferably floor 1.
Oh.
How do we do that?
Just the elevator.
Yeah, we need a code for it, Ansel.
Right. We'll just lift up and scan your eye.
I don't work here, Ansel. Well, you look at me. I show him the red paint that's all over here. I don't think I would have the codes for it.
Right.
You got any other way up, or are we going to have to use you?
No, I don't. You can't use me. I don't ever get on floor 1. I'm just a guard. I don't.
Who would have the clearance, Ansel?
Yeah, Ansel, can you call someone who would?
I mean, he's an officer, right? He could go.
An officer?
Yeah.
Ansel, I don't think you quite grasp the situation.
What do you mean you don't work here? You have a uniform on.
It's just for show.
What?
I don't think you understand the situation, Ansel.
It's just for
Come and sit down, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Go and sit him down on a chair away from any consoles so you can't reach out and press anything.
I'm going to put my bracelets on Ansel and turn them on.
Oh.
All right. Ansel, we need you to call an officer up to this floor. An officer who would have the clearance to get to floor 1.
You have one with you. He's got an officer uniform on. Okay. I'm sorry. That was. You're right.
We don't work here, Ansel.
Just have him log into the computer.
He doesn't have the codes to get his.
Yelling?
He doesn't. He's not a. Damn it, Ansel! You're meant to be in charge
Ansel,
of
what
the
is your
higher-ups.
Ansel? What is your job here? What do you do here?
I'm just supposed to watch and make sure that the senator is happy when he's here. He's hardly ever here, but he's here now, and I am gonna definitely lose this gig.
You won't, because when they appoint a new senator, after this one is dead, he will allow you to keep your job.
Why would he?
I'm going to kill him, Ansel. I'm going to kill the senator. I need you to help me kill the senator.
I don't think it's in my job description.
Do you have children, Ansel?
No.
Do you have a loved one, a family, friends that might miss you?
Guess.
Okay, think of them
Okay.
when you answer my questions.
All right.
Do you know any officer other than this guy who could gain access with his iris to the upper floors?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know how to contact that officer?
Well, you could call him with the little button over there.
Little button over there. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Ready yourself, Vance. We're gonna call up a guest to be with us. Yes.
There's like he indicates like a little panel, and it's got like, it's like a thing at a hotel where you're like, I want to call the front desk. Boop.
Right.
And like so there's like a bunch of different buttons that are labeled with.
Thank you, Ansel.
You're welcome. Can
What
I
do you
take
like to
these
do?
off?
Not yet.
Nope,
What do you like to do
nope.
for a hobby, Ansel? What do you? Just general small talk while I go over to the console and decide. I'm looking for down officer rankings. I don't know, general.
I like to
Sergeant.
enter dog competitions.
Oh.
You enter the dog competition.
I have a dog.
Do you breed dogs?
I show dogs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's your dog's name?
Fluffy.
Oh
That's
yeah. It's a good name.
Generic.
You're generic.
I am.
I'm a
That's the
generalist,
point of
usually.
assassin. It's the point of an assassin. I press the button for the highest ranking officer that I can see on the board that isn't senator or one of the people of his aides.
Goes in your pocket, buzzes.
Yellow.
Yes. This is Ansel from from floor 3. I need you up here immediately.
You
for an
don't sound like
urgent call
Ansel.
on Gozen, who are you talking to?
Try another guy.
Next one down. Beep.
What do you want? It's my break. I'm on my break.
So sorry, sir. Is Ansel here? I'm the senator has requested your company on floor 3 immediately at your earliest immediate convenience, as long as it is immediate. He said to come alone. I'm not sure what that's about. He seems angry with you.
Oh God. All right. Fine. I gotta put. He's still talking. Is
Yeah,
like
I just turned him off. Walk over. Right. We technically need this guy's head intact, so aim
I'll
low.
keep that in mind.
Ansel, the retinal scan, does it detect life on the Ansel, over here, buddy.
What?
Ansel, hi there.
Hi.
The retinal scan in the elevator shafts, do they detect life
Yes.
forms? Yes?
Well, it's eyeballs, obviously.
But
I mean,
the
that's
eyeball
where your
needs to be
retina
connected.
is.
But it needs to be connected to somebody who is a living creature. It is able to tell temperature.
I don't know.
or-
I mean, I've never tried it with a dead guy. There's not
don't
really
know what
dead
I
guys
was-
on here very
I don't know what
often.
I was thinking. Okay, Ansel, you can come
Okay.
with me, buddy.
Okay, where are we going?
Let's take Ansel. We should put Ansel because I presume the elevator opens up into like the main console where Ansel would usually be sitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's put
that's my
Ansel-
chair.
Yeah,
right
let's
over
put
there.
Ansel in Ansel's chair, and but hands still bound in front,
Mhm.
Oh,
so that when the
yes.
officer comes out, he
Yeah,
like
he'll see
starts
behind.
walking towards Ansel, and like it looks like a regular thing, and then we can ambush him.
I pull the explosives to the side and just lean on it like I'm waiting for the elevator so that I can leave.
Great.
I wander Ansel over to his usual chair and then pull him like.
Am I going back to work?
I pull him
Just
like
for
a
a little
meter.
bit,
I pull him like a
Take your
meter
time.
away from the console, directly towards so that I'm like, just so you can. You just stay here. It's fine. It's
Don't
fine.
touch anything.
Just it's your break time.
Do you want?
I have a break? Can I have my
Patience.
magazine?
Patience, would you like me to watch Ansel?
Put the magazine up for us.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
I'll
John.
watch
Is it
Ansel.
like a dog fancy magazine?
Guzin, you're the officer that the senator has put on duty. You by the board, it seems you outrank
Yep.
the officer, and I go back over to the board to check his name.
Yep. Great.
Farthing?
Farthing.
I'm walking
Officer Farthing's on his way up. You outrank him, so when he arrives, he'll see your uniform from behind. You don't look at all like the guy that I put to sleep. So
Definitely not.
So the disguise won't last long, but long enough to distract him while I get in behind. And I'm going to go stand sort of on the other side of where the elevator opens, like off to the side, out of sight, hopefully.
You don't have to wait long. The elevator dings. And a rather flustered looking and irritated gentleman comes stumbling out. He's like, all right, what? I don't even see a senator here. Where are they?
As soon as he's stumbled out of the elevator, I've moved in behind him, between him and the elevator.
Ansel turns around and waves. Hi.
Ansel, buddy.
He scrambles
Why are you
for his
getting it
gun.
away?
He's like,
Hey,
what is...
Hey, I wouldn't if I was you.
Ansel, old buddy, how could you?
I just wanted to say this is the most fun I've had in a really long time.
No, I'm glad. I'm excited to hear about your next dog show.
Officer Farthing.
Yes. Sorry, I have to switch over to Officer Farthing now. Yes? What are you...
We have no beef with you particularly. We wish to speak with the senator.
We would like for you to escort us upstairs.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think it's going to happen. We just need your eyeball.
My eyeball?
For the iris scan in the elevator.
No.
No what?
No, you can't have my eyeball. I need my eyeballs.
You can
Shoot him in the foot.
Give me a blaster roll.
That is a 1, which is key, and it is key to me being an assassin.
Lots of foot shooting.
I
Ouch! Son of a...
know how to use
That's my favorite foot.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear about your favorite eyeball.
Yeah, you got a favorite eyeball?
Yes.
You wanna put it in front of our retinal scan for us?
Why would I want that? You just shot me in the foot.
We can shoot the other one too.
No, that's not like endearing you to me.
Does the rifle have a stun setting?
I'm not sure. never had reason to use it before.
That wasn't a question. That wasn't a question for Peyton.
Yeah, yes, it does.
All right. I stun Ansel.
Oh, Ansel.
Oh, he slumps over.
Over his magazine.
It's time. It's time to get in the elevator, and we just, I'm
gonna walk menacingly towards him with the intent to just bump him into the elevator.
Come on, Officer Farthing.
Well, everybody who is doing that sort of trying to herd him,
Yep.
Please give me a blaster roll or a blades roll, whichever.
I got a 4.
2.
I got a 3, but if it's anything to do with being a trooper or assassin.
Well,
Oh, that's very trooper.
goes in succeeded.
Yeah.
Cool.
So goes and gets him into the elevator while you two sort of posture menacingly. Look how scary I am.
It's really hard to be scary when you have a hand truck.
It's true.
Scary janitor.
All right, you're in the elevator.
Great.
Come on,
Cool.
eyes open.
He shuts them.
Ryder tickles them.
All right, give me a blaster roll. You are attacking him with joy.
1.
Definitely pertains to being a gambler.
It turns out he is not ticklish. So now he's just confused. And uses the fact that you bent him over to draw his weapon.
I'm going to use the butt of the rifle to like kidney shot him, just poof, right in the back.
Give me a blaster roll.
6.
All right. That hurt. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
He sort of drops to one knee.
Best you can do is take one of us out, but you'll still be dead, and we'll still use your eyeball.
I'm gonna attempt to kick the gun out of his hand.
Give me a blades roll, please.
1. I'm a general. I'm a sword fighter. That's definitely a move you would do to like disarm somebody if they were already down.
Okay. Try again. We'll take it.
4. We gotta bleed.
Yeah, but because you had to talk me into that, I'm gonna say that you accidentally kick his pistol, like his blaster pistol, somehow into your own face.
Okay.
You're gonna take 1 point of shame damage.
I rolled 4, which is higher than my 2 danger.
Great. That would have been pretty amazing if you had taken yourself out of the scene.
Would have.
Shoots himself in the face.
Whoops!
Kicks his hand.
He is disarmed.
Great.
Bleeding from his foot. His
Yep.
kidney hurts.
I'm gonna grab him back by the back of the hair and just like push his head up against the retinal scanner.
Flunk. Ow!
Stop moving him around like I'm trying to
you
polish with his
guys.
face.
Ah!
Press
Why
1.
though? This is the weirdest day.
Come on.
Should be less weird if you just opened your eyes.
Just grabbing him by the face and forcing him to come on, work with me. Darling, you don't have to die.
Give me another blades roll.
2.
He is
Go work with.
stubbornly keeping his eyes shut.
I don't know why I'm not intimidating you. I'm going to kill you.
Let's just get another guy. Can we go call another guy? This one's broken.
All right, this guy's not working.
Let's go.
Back out of the
I
elevator.
stun him.
Watch him out. We put him in a chair next to us.
Who are you stunning?
The officer.
The officer.
Okay, give me a blades roll, please, or a blaster roll.
3.
Oh man, this is not going well.
I'm gonna have to
I would
throw
like-
these dice away.
Each of your companions to roll me a d6, please.
Oh no. A 1's got to
rolled
be a
3.
good thing, right?
Well, we have a 3 and a 1.
Yeah.
You just stunned Patience.
Okay.
Come on, work with me.
Ryder.
I immediately stunned the Ronin and then stunned the other guy. I just fucking stunned everybody in the go.
Beep. Sorry, everyone.
This is now not PG-13.
Stun the officer now the Patience is down.
Try again, please.
5.
Yeah, okay, now you've stunned the officer. Also, Patience is laying across the explosives.
Yeah. Get him off the explosives.
Did you not also stun me?
No, that was just.
Not yet.
That was just. Yeah, get him off the explosives.
Give him a moment.
He's just waving the rifle around.
I will carefully try and lift patience off of the explosives.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna let you do. We'll let you do it without a roll, honestly, because I don't trust anybody's rolls at this point.
There's now like a nice pattern of portions of red, portions of blue liquid, and then where they've mingled, there's nice portions of purple, different shades of purple.
It's really lovely.
Got explosive liquid mingling.
You look like a nebula. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Elevator doors open. You get them. You get them. Elevator
We're still
doors
on floor
open.
3, right?
On floor 1.
Oh.
Your assassin, who you were counting on to do this kill, is stunned.
Okay. Okay, what's the floor look like? I have a plan.
It looks like a very fancy apartment.
Yeah. Can I see anybody here?
Yeah.
You know what I really want? Okay, you want to know what I really want to know if I see? I want to see if I see my sword. They took my sword, and I bet that they're like, ooh, got a cool Amorai sword.
Yes.
Take it up here.
You do see your sword.
Great. Who's got my sword?
It appears to be sitting on a table, sort of in the center of the room. You stun the table?
I stun the sword. No.
Great.
You guys gonna Weekend at Bernie's patience over here?
No. I am going to walk into the room like I belong there in my uniform, and I'm going to pick up my sword. And I'm going to walk towards my sword with the intention of picking it up and observing it as if I'm like, oh, check out this cool thing that we got. What?
Where did you put me?
Oh,
Are you walking in to the room thinking like you belong with me?
No, after I pick you up off the explosives, I'm putting you on the floor.
Just on the floor, next to the other stunned body.
Next to all the stunned things.
So the doors open. You see this. You start walking out, and everybody in the room sort of turns to look at you.
I'm gonna keep walking.
I just look like I'm supposed to be here, holding the hand truck. I'm waiting for the elevator to go back down.
Somebody says, "Officer, what's your name and rank, please?"
I am going to. How far away from my sword am I?
Maybe a 15-second brisk walk. It's crossing a ballroom kind of situation.
Great. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to walk. I'm not going to speed up my walk. I'm going to continue to walk. I'm going to the person who asked me the question, but I'm really just trying to buy time, and I am going to answer that I am General Gozin Aizu of the what's the name of my small asteroid colony?
Something Greek.
Okay, something Greek. Great. Of the okay, no, not
Perseus.
Something please.
I'm gonna go with dexterous. Yeah. Of the dexterous asteroid colony that was destroyed by Baron Deathray.
When in doubt, just go.
Tell him the fucking truth.
Yeah. and
when he says that,
oh no,
I'm standing there I push the explosives into the corner. I grab patience, I pull them out, and as soon as I get out of the elevator, I just shoot the explosives.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, this is
Explicit.
very okay. Tell me, give me a blaster roll. Oh, patience.
This is a situation you want to not have your assassin for.
100%. 5. So you shoot that. It starts to explode as the doors close. It blows out the doors. Patience and Ryder are flung backwards
Into the room.
into the room.
Into the ballroom, right?
Yeah. Goes in. It pushes you, propels you like forward.
Great.
If you can give me a successful move, I will let you grab your laser blade on the way.
Yep, successful move. No, I got a 7.
Okay. You are tumbling, but forward. Patience, give me just a straight d6 roll, please.
3.
Okay. That was a successful move, so you overcome it like knocks the stun out of you. I don't know how it works. Your brain is wired differently. Everybody's on the ground. Lots of things are on fire. The senator is pretty close.
Also, the elevator is definitely busted. I don't know other ways out of this.
Definitely busted.
Great. As soon as I can get up, I'm going to run for my sword. That's where I want to be.
Okay, give me a move roll.
Yeah. Oops. Oh my gosh, I threw it on the ground.
Up.
Right on the ground!
It was a 4, though.
No. Roll it again. Not on the ground, please.
All right. It was a 6.
Is that
No,
you have an 8?
No,
okay, so you like there's a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of smoke. It's hard to see. You can't quite see where your sword is at this moment.
Okay. Unfortunate. I'm looking for my sword. The thing I want.
The senator feels like perhaps they are unsafe. I don't know why they feel that way.
I grab my helmet and I turn it to face the front again. A big explosion. And I'm going to stand back up and kick into assassin adrenaline fueled my life's in danger mode of kill or be killed.
Great.
I'm going to try and assess where I am and try and remember. In fact, I'm not even going to try and remember how I got here. I know that this is a dangerous situation.
By the way, explosion. Everybody needs to take 1 harm, please.
Oh, sure.
And then everybody roll and see what happens.
Oh, someone rolled exactly the harm.
Ooh, you clear it. Your adrenaline kicks in. You clear it.
Great.
I roll a 4 and I only have 2 harm.
Great.
I have 2 and I rolled a 6.
Great. Everybody's good.
So I'm trying to assess the situation. Why am I in danger? I don't really care how I got here. What's going on? Who's around? Have I got weapons?
You still have your your blaster rifle would have fallen out of your hands. You have your hands. There's stuff around. This is a furnished apartment. The senator is off to your left.
I see the senator. My brain's a little addled and I'm forgetting why I'm here. For a moment, I'm still going like, that's the guy in charge of me. And I'm forgetting that I like renegaded. And I'm like, what is happening? I turn and I see like the fire coming out from the back. And there's broken things. I see Gozen nearby.
Fumbling for something.
Getting up and running. And I'm like, well, I know. Gozen was teaching me how to be an emerald. Oh, we were here on an assassination mission. Whoosh! And I just launched myself over the back of the couch towards the senator with my hands.
Okay. Give me a blaster roll, because you are blasters, yeah?
I am in 6.
Okay, so you tackle her to the ground.
I grab take her to the ground, and I'm trying to buy myself time to remember what I'm doing here and where we are.
Great. You have her grappled. She is pinned. And she kicks you real hard in the junk.
Hard enough to force me to let go?
Give me a move
Good.
action.
Cool. Do I take a harm from being kicked? That's a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And it is hard enough for you to let go.
I rolled exactly 3, and I had 3 harm.
All right. Well, you clear it. That kick woke you up, friend. You are very clear now.
I will. Yeah, I let go, and I kind of roll off, and I'm going to scrabble for something to use as a weapon, some kind of furniture, a lamp, a piece of artwork, a statuette, anything that's at hand. I'm going to clocker with it if I can.
Well, so there are several like ceremonial daggers around.
Perfect. I will scramble up and go for one of those, and when I get a chance, I don't want to be focused entirely on me, but I'm going to try and stab her.
Yeah, give me an attack roll. There's stuff close.
All right, that is a 4 on my 4 blaster.
Yeah, so you grab a ceremonial
Do I have
dagger.
advantage because assassin? Like,
Oh, yeah.
in case it's a super duper success?
Yes.
No,
Crit
just a
chaser.
3.
All right. And it when you turn back around, you plunge it like straight into her chest.
No.
She reaches up and grabs onto it, and you think for a second she might be able to like do something, and then she just sort of crumbles.
Where are we?
Time to go home, patience. I'm going to pick up my sword and actually I have no idea how we're getting out of here.
Is there anyone else in this room?
Yeah. Couple of bodyguards, couple of like, I wouldn't say minions, more like, like paper pusher kind of assistant-y kind of things. They are there was a large explosion. They are still very disoriented, but they are now starting to like scramble around and look for, pulling out weapons and things of that nature.
Great. I would like to turn on my laser blade and slice through any weapon I see somebody holding.
Great.
Ignite your laser sword.
It's a laser blade, thank you.
Give me a blades roll as you are targeting things.
Oh, 1, and I am a sword fighter. Pew pew.
Nice.
Or zoom,
Yeah.
zoom, zoom.
Yeah,
Pew, zoom, zoom.
Pew pew. Yeah, you obliterate all the weapons in this room. It's actually a bit mesmerizing to watch, especially because there's a lot of smoke in this room. The room is still filling up with smoke because of the big fire
In the elevator.
in the elevator.
The way out, just checking.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. But yeah, breaking all the weapons that people might use to hurt us.
I mean, there are
As many as I can. Just take
there's also like furniture and things around, so
But those are not projectiles.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've flicked the dagger around and I'm going to throw it at one of the bodyguards.
Okay. So, blades roll, please.
That's cocked. 3. Assassinate?
Sure. Yes, you are assassinating.
4.
Okay. Yes. It thunks like just below
the camera.
Right, just below camera, and you see his eyes just sort of widen a little bit and then go slack, and then he just slides out of frame.
How are we getting out of here? How did we get here? Where are we? Are we on the station still?
I love that Patience just keeps passing out and coming to and killing some folk, and then being like,
It
"What's
wakes up,
happening?"
kills whoever is nearby.
If you train a person since they're a child to be nothing but a kill trooper, that is all they know. That is what they're good at.
True.
So as soon as they come around, they're still able to do that, but all the rest of the functions of their life goes by the wayside a bit. What are we doing?
The
you did it already. It's time to go home.
Is this a big giant? Is it just a large room, or is there like other rooms?
No, it's like pyramid shaped room.
Yeah,
it's like one giant pyramid shape.
Glass to outdoor space, or
you know how we can get out? That there should be a senator escape pod.
I agree,
and it
Very
should be a
good.
cushy one. It should be a cushy one. Let's go find that.
Yep.
Good
There
idea.
absolutely is a senator escape pod. It's not hard to find once you have decided that that's what's gonna that's where you're going.
That's how we're getting out of here. So, let's go.
I just lay down a bunch of covering fire as they're moving that way.
Let's do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick up a rifle and a pistol from the bodyguards as I leave. Stick it in my belt. Stick the rifle on my back, and then just nurse a sore groin as I walk towards the
yeah, you're in there, and this is designed to have a senator be able to start it, so it is not difficult.
Oh,
it's just really one big go button
that says go.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Do you hit said go button?
Once we're all inside.
Once we're all in.
Yes.
Okay, the three of you are inside. You go. It ejects you.
It's
very cushy. It's very comfy.
Is there any way to steer this thing? We need to steer it back around to port F. I don't want to be traveling to the next planet in this escape pod, perhaps.
Like big, fancy, overly large wheel.
Vance, can you take us around to the port with our ship in it?
I mean, is it navigable?
Yeah.
that I'm going to try to fly it to our craft.
Yeah, so it's little. Like, this isn't designed, this is like designed to go out and then like be picked up by another ship. So it's small.
Sure.
I'm just seeing like an early 70s shot of like a ship, and then something else is being manipulated on a string. It's just like a tiny little pod just in front of the camera, just
correct.
Bill and Ben.
I mean, I'm going to aim it towards the dock.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whichever dock might be the closest.
You're trying to get back to F so that you can get to your ship, yes?
Ideally.
Yeah, because like as you're saying, like we're not going to be able to get away in this.
We need to save the animals. We could reasonably take any other ship, right? Especially one from like Dock A, but ours has our exotic creatures inside, and
well, and all your stuff is there,
and they might need to be fed again. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So where you taking is Dock A and steal a much fancier ship, or Dock F to get our stuff and our exotic animals?
Whichever dock is the closest dock.
Yeah, and then maybe we just like take a ship from there and take that ship to F. That might be faster and easier.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, why don't we see what the dice say?
I'm going to assume that this is a shuttle. So it's like a D4 ship.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Try to engines this bad boy.
Yeah, give it the old engines.
I rolled. I rolled 2 no's.
You slap into the side of the space station.
A comedy of errors.
I look across to Vance. I'm like, "Are you okay? Did you get hurt in the explosion?"
Maybe.
You're doing the equivalent of like hitting the wall and then sliding down it.
Like a bird hitting a window.
Yep. Just on the outside. You were heading towards port F.
You wanna maybe take us away from the wall, or are we?
It's a little.
I would like to try. I would like to try to control the slide
Mm-hmm.
into the dock.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It seems like another roll.
Hey. I rolled an engines, and I rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I did roll 4, so.
Okay, you're able to you get into Port F, but it's the ugliest landing.
Hey.
Just sort of like barrel rolls into
Comes in, lands
Port
upside
F
down.
and just like scrapes across.
I'm into it.
Great.
You are upside down, all of
Not
you.
the best.
Yeah.
Not the best landing, Vince.
Every landing I can walk away from's a good one.
Yep. Yeah. There we go. Fully upside down.
Can we open the shuttle from this way up?
I will cut us out with my blade.
Nice.
Yep.
I love it.
Masters of the inconspicuous here. Just, you guys are able to cut through. That seems fine. You come back up out. Your ship is a couple bays down.
I'm going to look around quickly to see if anybody's in this, because we initially told them to evacuate the hangar because there's a radiation leak on our ship. But then again, we also then called for a
Someone to come fix our,
maintenance
landing.
crew to fix the outside of our ship. So I don't know if people are here or not.
There is like 3 people currently still working on it, like on the landing gear.
Great.
I shout, hurry up and fix! We need to get out of here as soon as possible.
No, I don't do any of that. I just run in and turn the engines on.
Yeah, I agree.
As a
right.
Go in, turn the engines on.
Yeah, you get onto the ship. You're all in up in the cockpit. Like, it's time to go.
Yep.
Give me an engines roll. Let's see if you can get out of there.
I wrote a pilot.
Oh yeah, pilot works. And did you rolled a successful one, or you just?
Yeah, no, I rolled pilot. I did not roll engines.
Okay.
Pilot
That
is the.
seems
I
like
rolled a 1 and a
Mhm.
2.
Okay, well, you as a pilot would be able to do this.
Right.
So here is the ending shots of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
You go screeching away from the thing. You're all in the cockpit. You're like, whew, made it. You're pulling away from the space station, which is launching like a whole bunch of ships just out after you, and you are screeching away. You jump to light speed. You're getting out of there. So the stars are elongating in front of you as you're moving. There's an eerie quiet of just you all breathing, just like, okay, got away, feeling good. And then you start hearing some skittering. And one of you, kind of opens the hatch to the rest of the ship. And just like so many like little furry creatures come jumping out.
The moment you were like,
It goes
these are the
in.
last scenes, I was like, I have a feeling
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes
that
in.
there are 2 points that we can go in. Either we're gonna open the door and 8 million gizmos are gonna fall out, or it's just gonna be one giant Bigfoot like shadow over our shoulder.
As it goes in, when I said to hide the cargo that we're smuggling? Did you feed them?
Oh, I fed them so much.
Oh no.
And then roll credits, and we will take care of this menace in our next episode.
Awesome.
So that is today's episode of Rebel Scum. Let's have our moment of gratitude, shall we? What are we grateful for today?
Oh my gosh. Thanks for listening to my beautiful plans that would have worked if that's the plans that we actually did.
Man.
But also thanks for trying your own plans and working together.
Good.
I am grateful for the chaos of just somebody does a thing and then this is what we do now. This is where we're continuing from there.
Plan.
Yeah. I loved the creative challenge of being stuck in a featureless box with no way out and being like, find a way out.
And go.
And we ended up in a toilet, faking diarrhea, any sort of desperate need for the toilets, desperately trying and failing to poop on command.
So good.
That is a very real trial for many people out there. This episode brought to you by X-Lax.
Mm-hmm.
But brought to you by Metamucil, because when you need to go,
you really need to go.
I'm very grateful for the. I'm here to collect the excrement receptacles because that's the thing they'd keep in the armories, and then it worked surprisingly. It just somehow convinced them that you were there for some leaking crates. I loved it.
Oh, can I get some gratitude for Ansel? Ansel was so pleasant.
Ansel was great. I love Ansel so much.
Great kid.
Ansel reminded me of Pillow Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Pillow Guy?
From the first arc of Sarah's Table.
Oh, yeah.
Pillow
Yeah. There was a pillow. He was the head of the pillow union.
Oh, sure.
I feel like
he worked in Dream Manufactory. He was just very, 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 very. He was angry, but he was
very angry about worker conditions.
I feel like Ansel and Carl were related.
Yeah, for sure. They're like, because this is a position that like the senator rarely comes, right? So like you don't really need anybody who knows what they're doing to be on that floor. That's like somebody's third cousin who's just like, you know.
He needs a job.
He's a good kid. He's stupid, good kid. But he's a good kid. Give him a job.
It would really mean a lot to Peggy.
She would be so grateful.
At the family reunion.
If Ansel could
had a job that had some, panache. Shine them shoes. Moment of gratitude. I super loved, Xavier, when you were just like, hey, I assume that someone here has my sword. A, that makes sense. B, cinematically appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
100% what would happen in the movie. And your commitment to just fail forward towards it at all times. Doesn't matter what I'm doing as long as I get close to the sword. It's okay.
Yeah.
As soon as I have my sword, all my cool stuff happens.
Everything goes back to being cool.
Well, and the fact that you just came in and you were announcing, listen, this is who I am. This is
that was awesome. That was super awesome.
Yeah.
My father.
Who are you, officer? I am General Koisin Aisu, and I have come here to kick your ass.
That's right.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Thanks for playing, friends.
Thank you for running.
Thank you, Sarah.
What a strange evening it has been for me.
Not where I thought we were going.
Just not to, you know what? I have a thing to point out that I won't jinx. So after the third arc, let me know. I'm going to write it down.
Oh,
so that I remember. Just an observation I made, and I'm going to see if it's still true after the third one.
Well, everyone who's watching will have to tune in to see what this observation was.
The last.
Yeah, so next week we are going to finish up this arc. I normally name the arcs. I can't figure out
poop shoot
what this one is called.
Space poop.
I think, so its first episode was definitely like drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this one is poop.
Yeah.
So
shoots.
They're in the deep. They're in deep shoot.
Yeah. Good one.
Oh, taking a leak.
Taking a leak is a good one as well. Very good.
Excellent.
These are good.
Floor number 2.
Yeah.
Floor number 2.
Yep.
Yeah, there's lots of.
Yeah,
I like
all
it.
good ones. All good ones.
Lots of
But
good
we need an
poop jokes here.
overarching. We need an overarching trilogy name as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out.
Great.
I'll let you know in the next one. So after next week, which who knows what sort of depravity we will get into, because I don't know what's happening, but we're gonna figure it out. After that, we're gonna bring the puppets back,
Oh no.
and we are going to play. I can't
of
even remember
Legends?
what it's called at this. It's the
Feast of Legends.
Feast of Legends.
Oh,
It's the
yes.
Wendy's RPG, and it's going to be puppets. And then December is going to be all one shots, and they're all holiday themed, and we are kicking it off with the Excellence.
Ooh.
Nice.
This
What's
is Yeet's
happening?
new hat.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
With a
New
beard.
hat. So
Is he going to wear that for Feast of Legend, or is he
Oh,
saving
oh.
that
yes,
for when
definitely
we
be wearing
play
that for
Cobalt
Feast
Day
of
My
Legends.
Baby for New Year's Eve?
Definitely for Feast of Legends.
Okay, perfect.
No, he has. I'm ready for New Year's Eve.
Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be weird. Request now, gently, that you don't break me.
Nope.
Can't promise that.
Can't promise that.
All right, well that's fair.
It's for a holiday, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
gotta bring what the people want. Gotta bring what the people want, Sarah.
Do the people want me to be broken? Is that what I'm hearing?
It seems that way.
Oh man. All right, cool. Anyway, hi. Let's go around the table and tell everyone where we can be found on the intrawebs, and also what you have coming up. Because this is definitely the second week of November. So remember that in your upcoming plugs. Let's start with Robert.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robert Hartley, GM. I'm a professional dungeon master. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Robert Hartley GM. I stream 5 or 6 days a week doing Dungeons and Dragons related content. Rarely actually playing the game, but talking about the game and DM tips and reading the DM books. I do play an interactive game of D&D on a Saturday where you can actually, in the chat, influence the decisions of the character. You also can find me dungeon mastering for the Viva La Dirt League comedy group on the YouTube channel Viva La Dirt League D&D. Also, enjoy the D&D Logic web series, which I have, which will have just finished. Has just finished. I mean, it definitely has just finished, and I would appreciate you watching that and enjoying it. This is how time works. And since it is definitely around about the 12th of November today, what have I got coming up that I can plug? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm not sure if that's live or not, so I won't talk about that yet. But just pop over to my Twitch and you'll see all sorts of things.
All sorts of things.
All sorts of things. I'm always doing things here, there, and everywhere, and you'll hear about it on my Twitter, on my Instagram, and my Twitch, and just all of the places. Search for my name, Robert Hartley GM.
All of the places. What about you, Xavier? Where can we find you, friend?
You can find me on Twitter at Pancake Archduke. That's basically the only place you can find me. And I don't have anything coming up, but you should make sure your kids did their homework. That's what
excellent.
Do
Nice little reminder.
It's Friday. I assigned homework.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Do your homework.
Don't do your homework. Wholesome. Chris?
Hey everybody, I am Chris O'Neill from Ninth Level Games, and thanks for watching us play Rebel Scum. Since it is the middle of November, what Ninth Level is doing right now is getting ready for PAX Unplugged, which is only in a few weeks, the weekend of December the 10th. We are going to be doing all kinds of cool things there, including instant RPG, where we will create an RPG using Polymorph in front of a live audience as a bunch of people actually play it while we're making it around them. So that sounds super fun. And, get ready for us talking a lot about mazes as we get into 2022. And Yeet is very excited to see everybody. So in a couple of weeks,
Love Yeet.
2 more weeks, we'll see some Yeet.
More Yeet.
Yeet.
Hi, I'm Sarah Moore. You can find me on Facebook at Actor Sarah Moore. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Ko-Fi and TikTok at Pixies and Pins. Right now, I probably will have just wrapped up a solo playthrough on my Ko-Fi of Monster by Angry Hamster Publications, Angry Hamster Gaming. It's a solo journaling RPG. You are a monster and you fall in love, and it's lovely, but monstrous at the same time. So check out my Ko-Fi, because I also am going to be going through the solo RPG Fetch by Grant Howitt, and then I also will be going through 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. Those are my next couple of projects over on my Ko-Fi. It's free, but as always, you can leave me a tip, because I do like coffee. So if you want to buy me a cup of coffee and keep me going. You can also find me here every Friday night on twitch.tv/levelup_TTV, where I will be playing a bunch of really ridiculous games with players who ignore any clues that I write down, and they do whatever they want, and so I punish them with drugs and explosions and
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Welcome.
Could be me.
Could be you. And that's every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Theoretically, there will be less drugs and less poop in the future, but I honestly can't.
And less swearing.
Can't guarantee that. Well, less swearing. No, because Chris is going to be on the show for a couple more weeks now, so we'll see.
I tried so hard!
It's very difficult. You can also catch me on twitch.tv/gildinglight on Wednesday nights. I will be the DM for Actoroki for Peter Atkinson's project World of Chaldea. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, which is a little bit grittier and less slapstick humor, you can go to @World of Chaldea on all of the platforms and get all of that information. Yeah, so it has been so delightful tonight, and I can't wait to see what sort of shenanigans you all get
Shenanigans!
next week. Thank you all so much for being at my table. It was lovely. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it all the way through this ridiculousness, I encourage you to come see how it wraps up next week. And as always, keep making art and keep being art. We will see you next time.